Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Buddy Strange, this is StrangeVoodooTV, and this is Thanksgiving week, which means we've got 3 games on Thursday. Alright, that also means I've got places to see and people to be, so this is going to be a quick one, so let's just get into it. First off, the win of the week is going to be the 49ers just dominating the Packers. Both are playoff teams, both should do really well the rest of the season, but man, the 49ers absolutely dominated a really good Packers team. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Packers aren't terrible. They just had a bad day against a really good team, and it showed. Again, like the Ravens-Texans. The Texans are not 41-7 bad. The Ravens are just that good, and it just wasn't the Texans' day. Same with the 49ers versus Packers here, and the 49ers win of the week for sure. Alright, loss of the week could have been the Packers, but it is going to be the Raiders losing 34-3 against the Jets. I called it. I said the Jets would win at home. I said it'd be another Cowboys-Jets situation, traveling team, late in the year. Late in the year games usually favor the home teams due to the weather changes and all that good stuff. And it happened here. I just did not think it'd be that big of a blowout, which it definitely was. The Raiders having a really bad performance on the road, and that is why they get loss of the week. Alright, here we go. We've got SVTV's Players of the Week. First off, Offensive Player of the Week is... It's going to be Lamar Jackson. Okay, we're going to make it twofold, though, because I don't want to just give it outright to Lamar Jackson for 3 weeks in a row. So it's going to be Lamar Jackson first off, 5 touchdowns, 139.4 QBR, which is absolutely, mind-blowing, and 264 yards total. Yeah, didn't have the best passing yardage day, but absolutely amazing in the passing game, amazing in the running game, 95 yards rushing, and then 169 passing. Absolutely just another fantastic week for probably, I'm going to say it now, the leading MVP candidate of the NFL. I was sticking on Russell Wilson for the longest time until this past week. Yeah, Russell still may deserve it as well. He may be the most valuable piece to the Seattle Seahawks, but right now, Lamar is just too flashy, too statistically dominating, and the team's just exciting, and he's the motor. He's the one that gets him going. It all starts with him and Mark Ingram, I guess, but it all starts with Lamar Jackson. That's who everyone talks about. He deserves Offensive Player of the Week yet again. Alright, and then next up alongside him is going to be Chris Godwin. 7 catches, 184 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just absolutely great day. He took a wallop, and I'm going to show it right here. He took a wallop and still caught the ball. It was absolutely amazing. He also had a 70-plus yard catch and run. I think it was like 75, maybe 79. So somewhere along there, 72. I don't know. It was somewhere in the 70s. Anyway, it was impressive regardless of how much yardage it was. It was 70-plus. Caught it on a rope by Jameis Winston nonetheless. Good job, Jameis, getting it there. But Chris Godwin caught it, ran it all the way in. He had himself a big day, and he definitely deserves Offensive Player of the Week as well. A couple honorable mentions real quick. Jarvis Landry, Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill, and Jimmy Garoppolo getting an honorable mention. So there you go. Offensive Player of the Week, Lamar Jackson, Chris Godwin. Alright, next up, Defensive Player of the Week is going to be Fabian Moreau outright. He's got 2 interceptions, 5 tackles, 4 passes defensed. He had himself a big day, and he was big in Washington's win over the Lions. He definitely deserves it this week, helping get the ball in a place where Washington's offense could fail with Dwayne Haskins, and then Dustin Hopkins could come in and save the day with a big kick. There you go, Fabian Moreau. A couple honorable mentions: Joe Schobert, Shaq Lawson, Rodney McLeod, Malcolm Jenkins. There you go, Defensive Player of the Week, Fabian Moreau. Alright, lastly, Special Teams Player of the Week is going to be, here you go, Dustin Hopkins, 4 of 4. Yes, he had to go out and kick 4 of them, and yes, he was good each time for 100%. He had a 42 long, 13 points. He also had an extra point along with the field goals. Honorable mention is going to be Steven Sims. I debated whether going 2-2, but not this week. Honorable mention Steven Sims for a kick return that you might see here in a second for the Redskins. And that's how they got their only touchdown. Thank you, Steven Sims. You the boss. But anyway, Special Teams Player of the Week, Dustin Hopkins. Alright everybody, are you ready? Because here is SVTV's Plays of the Week.
Sims had a big return earlier, takes this one on the run, lost the football, and stays on his feet. Out across the 30, it's still going! Steven Sims will take this all the way into the end zone, 91 yards for a Redskins touchdown.
Penny gets through. Rashad Penny into open field. Is he going to get there? Still on his feet. Touchdown! 58 yards for Rashad Penny.
Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed the plays of the week. If you did, hit that like button down below to show your support for the players making the plays and me picking the plays. There you go. But anyway, let's get into how we did this past week. Oh boy. Yep, we went 12 of 14, 86%. The only ones we missed were the Giants losing to the Bears. God dang it. We went out on a limb on that one. Did not get it right. And the Falcons losing to the Buccaneers. I don't know. I just thought the Falcons would have some momentum. But the Buccaneers, they came in and they proved me wrong. So there you go. The rest we got right. So you can you can go back and look at the ones we got right if you want to. Those two were the ones we got wrong. All right, let's move on to the picks this week. And this is going to be a little bit different. I'm not really going to go into detail on why like I usually do. If you want to hit me up in the comments down below, I will be glad to answer any questions on why I'm picking what I'm picking. I might offer a couple notes here and there, but other than that, I've got Thanksgiving festivities to attend to, and I'm sure you do as well, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. So here we go, let's just get into it. First off, we've got Thanksgiving Day football. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and hope you get to celebrate it without too much of a hassle. First off, the Bears versus the Lions. I'm going to have the Bears winning 20-13 over the Lions on the road. I know it could go either way here, but I think that Lions defense is just they're not doing well. They're not doing well, and neither is Mitch Trubisky, but I think he can find some room to work. And then the Bears defense on the other side, I think they can stop Jeff Driscoll. So Bears win. All right, next up, the Bills versus the Cowboys. The Cowboys coming off a tough one. The Bills coming off a pretty dominating performance over the Broncos. I do have the Bills winning 28-17 over the Cowboys. Yes, in the Jerry Dome. Jerry Dome actually has not been that sweet for the Cowboys. Hasn't been that much of a safe place for them. Hasn't been reliable. So I think the Bills coming in, they have a top tier defense, and the Cowboys rush defense actually isn't performing that well. Frank Gore, congratulations, passing Barry Sanders for third all time. I think he has himself a day along with Devin Singletary and the gang. Bills win. All right, last Thanksgiving Day game that we all might not get to see because we will be passed out on the floor of the couch after eating all that turkey and stuffing and cranberries and all that good stuff. We have the Saints versus the Falcons. A couple weeks ago, I wouldn't even thought it would be a game worth watching, to be honest, but the last time they faced each other, the Falcons just absolutely clobbered the Saints. The 1-7 Falcons, albeit, versus the 7-1 Saints. So that was crazy, and it was in the Superdome, so that is even way wackier. But here, I do think the Saints win over the Falcons 33-20. I think the Saints get their quote-unquote revenge, or whatever you want to call it. I don't think they fall to them twice. The Falcons kind of got their momentum and kind of are crashing. But hey, you never know. I just doubt it. Saints win. Alright, now to the Sunday slate of games. We've got the Browns versus the Steelers. We all know what happened last time, but none of the players that were involved outside of Larry Ogunjobi are going to be playing. So Mason Rudolph, he didn't get suspended. He just got benched for Duck Devlin Hodges. It's Duck Dynasty time, baby. I'm actually excited about that one. I know I said Mason Rudolph, I have a history of liking him, and I still like him as player, I guess, but he is not showing what I saw on tape from him in college and him coming out and stuff, so he's not doing well. He's not doing well. The benching is well deserved, and I'm happy for Duck Devlin Hodges. I guess I was wrong on Mason Rudolph for now. Hey, you never know. He may have a resurgence later on, who knows, but for now, I was wrong on that, but I'm happy for Duck Devlin Hodges. And then Myles Garrett, of course, suspended indefinitely, and Marquise Pouncey is suspended for another game or so. So in this one, Browns kind of on a hot streak, Steelers at home. This could go either way. I had the Browns penciled in, then I had the Steelers penciled in, then I have the Browns penciled in. I think I'm going to go with the Browns winning 24-20. Would not be surprised if the Steelers pull it out, but I'm going to go with the Browns winning 24-20. 20 over the Steelers. Baker Mayfield and Jarvis Landry and even Odell Beckham to an extent seem like they're getting on the same page. Nick Chubb might have himself a day. James Conner probably won't be there, and if he is, he's still banged up. Devlin Hodges is actually a pretty good quarterback, but I don't know. That Browns defense is pretty fierce even without Myles Garrett. They have other really good pieces, including honorable mention Joe Schobert and Defensive Player of the Week last week, Joe Schobert. So they have pieces. Browns win over the Steelers 24-20. All right, next up, Packers versus Giants. Yeah, I don't think the Giants get this one, and if they do, I will be shocked. But I do think the Packers go on the road and win 27-14 over the Giants. I think the Packers defense has a bounce-back game. Aaron Jones on the ground, Aaron Rodgers through the air. They have good games. There you go, Packers win. All right, Eagles versus Dolphins. I would not be surprised if the Dolphins win. The Eagles are banged up, so like the Colts situation when the Dolphins won, or the Jets situation when the Dolphins won. I don't know. I do think the Eagles pull it out 26-16 over the Dolphins, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the other way around. Eagles win though. All right, the Buccaneers versus the Jaguars. The Jaguars coming off 2 really bad losses. The Buccaneers coming off a pretty damn good win. Chris Godwin's been great all season. So is Mike Evans. Jameis Winston hasn't, but when he is, they put up really big numbers, and I think that somewhat is the case here. I do think the Buccaneers win 28-21 over the Jaguars. We will see. But on the other hand, I do think Nick Foles has himself his best game of the season against a beat-up, kind of bad Buccaneers pass defense. But with all that, Buccaneers pull it out. Buccaneers win. All right, Titans versus Colts. This is a tough one to call. Really tough one to call. Jacoby Brissett doing really well. Best offensive line in the league, in my opinion, the Colts have. But they're going to be missing some key pieces in Marlon Mack and Eric Ebron. So that's going to hurt them bad. I do think the Titans, with their good defense, their really solid good defense, I've named them all before. They have a good day. They have a good day. I do think the Titans go on the road and actually beat the Colts 23-14. That defensive secondary take advantage of Jacoby Brissett, I think, and the lack of having their star tight end. The 2 tight ends behind Ebron are really good as well, Mo Alley Cox, Jack Doyle, but they're not Ebron. And the running backs are really good behind Marlon Mack, but they're not Marlon Mack. So there you go. Colts kind of struggle at home. Titans take advantage of it. Titans win. All right, next up, the Jets versus the Bengals has been flexed to Comedy Central, so don't miss that one. But no, I'm joking. The Jets versus the Bengals. Jets coming in off a 3-game win streak, which is crazy. The Bengals coming off an 11-game losing streak, which is crazy. But I do think the Jets come in and win here 31-17. I think they're too much on a roll. I think Sam Darnold's finally getting his flow together. Le'Veon Bell's kind of, he's not having the greatest games and stats, but he's doing really well in their offense. I think Adam Gase and Sam Darnold are getting on the same page, and that defense of the Jets is getting healthier, which is really helping the offense out and the team in general out. And then the Bengals are going to start Andy Dalton. I think that's better than Ryan Finley, and I do believe if they started Andy Dalton over Ryan Finley this past week against the Steelers, they would have won. But that aside, the Jets win, and the Bengals go to 0-12. All right, next up, Redskins versus Panthers. We've got the Redskins coming off a good win. Dwayne Haskins getting his first win, but wasn't out there for the last snap because he was taking a selfie with a fan. Okay, there you go, Dwayne. But anyway, no, he got his first win. I told you last week, during last week's pick'em, if he can get on the same page with his line, if they can clear that all up, they'll get a win. I think they did that. During the last bit of the game, he was seen embracing Morgan Moses, one of his offensive linemen, which was good to see. So there you go. I think they got on the same page. They get a win there. But here they're facing the Panthers, and the Panthers have Christian McCaffrey and a defense that is really solid in its own right. I do think the Panthers at home can get a win, 28-16. Again, yeah, Christian McCaffrey, Luke Kuechly. I think Kyle Allen can take care of the ball, not turn it over a lot. Dwayne Haskins might struggle against a really good coverage linebacker in Luke Kuechly, roam in the middle, and I don't think they get a run game going with Adrian Peterson or anything like that. Brian Burns coming off the edge, all that good stuff. Panthers win. All right, 49ers versus Ravens, maybe the best game of the year, maybe a Super Bowl preview. We will see when that time comes, but my God, this is going to be a really good game. The Ravens are red hot. The 49ers 49ers are just absolutely dominating as well. The only thing about this game is who's going to win, and I think I've got the answer. I don't know I have the answer, but I think I got it. All right, 49ers. What's the thing they struggle against the most? Mobile quarterbacks. Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. Those are their worst games yet, are against Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson. Guess who's a mobile quarterback? Robert Griffin III. You got it right. Yes, Robert Griffin III, the backup quarterback, is the mobile quarterback. No, Lamar Jackson's a mobile quarterback. Some might even venture to call him a running back who can throw. But there you go. I think the Ravens win 28-24 in a close one. It's going to be close. It's not going to be a Ravens blowout win or a Ravens win when they get a 40 burger. No, it's going to be pretty close. Whatever it is, I think it's going to be in the 20s, maybe low 30s, like 31-28 or something. But I'm going to call 20-24. Ravens win over the 49ers in a hard-fought battle. I think Lamar Jackson has himself a game where he's running all over. It's not going to look pretty, but the job's going to be done. I think Kenyon Drake had himself a big day. I think Mark Ingram can have himself a big day as well in that sort of receiving back role, toss sweep, stuff like that. Utilizing his strengths, they won't get much up the middle. I can guarantee that. But to the outside, they might get some good yardage. Ravens win. Whoa. Okay. All right, next up, Rams versus Cardinals. Yeah, the Rams aren't looking good. And the Ravens just gave the Cardinals a blueprint of a mobile quarterback run game. Utilize it. There you go. I think the Cardinals win 27-20 against the Rams. I think Chandler Jones can have himself a big day against a Rams offensive line that is not good. Jared Goff has not been great, but he's been under pressure and doesn't have that much of a run game. I mean, they are not utilizing Todd Gurley. When they do, they win. When they don't, which they haven't, they lose a lot. And I think that may be the case here. And I think the Cardinals come out with a possible, I mean, it could be qualified as a stunner, but I don't really think so. I think the Cardinals can win this one pretty easily. There you go. Cardinals win. Next up, we've got the Chargers versus the Broncos. Last time the Broncos won. This time the Broncos will win again. What? I know it probably won't happen, but I'm going to call the Broncos winning 26-14. They're going to be at home. They're going to be a mile high. The Chargers are coming off of, I don't know who they are or what they are. I don't think they do either. They've been really struggling. The Broncos defense, especially the pass defense, is really good. And that's the thing the Chargers are struggling with the most. Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Don't get me wrong. But right now, it is not looking good for him. And I don't think it's all on him. I mean, yeah, some of it's on him. If you're throwing 4 picks, it's going to be on you too. But the offensive line is not helping him. He's got a guy on him all the time. That's why I think Shelby Harris, Von Miller, DeMarcus Walker, Malik Reed, people like that can get on him. And then, Justin Simmons on the back end, Chris Harris Jr., they'll be good on the back end, maybe get a couple off them. I do think the Broncos can turn it around and win. Brandon Allen to Cortland Sutton or something like that. Philip Lindsay has himself a game. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do think the Broncos win at home. All right, the Raiders versus the Chiefs. This would have been interesting 2 weeks ago, maybe even last week, but the Raiders just got absolutely creamed. The Chiefs took a 2-game lead on the division after that, coming off a bye. I think they're going to do really well. I think Andy Reid coming off a bye, he's magic pretty much, and I think he takes advantage of it. I think the Chiefs win 28-14 over the Raiders. I think Patrick Mahomes, he needed that week. He was beat up all season. He took a couple weeks off because of the knee and partly the ankle, but that bye is going to, I think, revitalizes him, rejuvenates him. I think he took full advantage of that bye week. I think Patrick Mahomes has himself a day. He might get all 4 of the touchdowns that I'm predicting for him. I don't know, but I do think the Chiefs win. All right, Sunday Night Football. This is going to be a pretty damn good one. Should be, at least. The Patriots coming to Houston to face the Texans. And guess what? The 10-1 Patriots will lose to the Texans 24-17. What? Wait, what? No, I think Brendan Scarlett and Bernard McKinney and DJ Reader, and they're getting Justin Reed back, who is a huge key to the back end of that defense. I don't know. I just think those key pieces can help stifle a Patriots offense that is not at its best right now. And then on the flip side, Deshaun Watson. I mean, yes, that defense is fantastic for the Patriots, but I think Deshaun Watson, he has his full slate of weapons right now. Will Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins and Carlos Hyde and everybody, I think they'll be fine. And then that line of the Texans is actually proving be maturing and growing in itself really well. And I think they can help stop the up front pressure, allow Deshaun Watson to get some time, allow him to pass downfield to DeAndre Hopkins. He'll make a one-handed catch. Fantastic. He'll be reaching out for it on the sidelines, tiptoes down from the 6-yard line all the way to the touchdown to put him ahead late in the fourth or something with 4 minutes to go. And then Justin Reed has a interception called back, and then Patriots go down and win. The Texans win though, 24-17. There you go. All right, and then Monday night, the last game of the week, we've got the Vikings versus the Seahawks. Man, I tell you, this was a tough one to call. The only reason I'm going Seahawks winning 28-26 is because of the primetime, and the Seahawks are really good. Russell Wilson second in the MVP race right now, tied for first, second. You know, like that. He's like 1B. You know, like Lamar Jackson is 1A, Russell Wilson's 1B. At the moment, he was 1A, but the past couple weeks kind of dropped him down to B a little bit. He's like 1AB. Not Antonio Brown. Anyway, that being said, no, Seahawks win. I would not be surprised if the Vikings pull it out, but I gotta go Seahawks at home. They've been struggling at home, but I think they pull it out here. All right, everybody, that's gonna do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Comment anything down below that you would love for me to see. Copy and paste in the description for Pick'em. Just copy that sucker, paste it in the comments down below, fill it out with prediction scores, whatever. Feel free to pick against me or alongside me, however you feel like viewing it. And there you go. That was this week. Hopefully we can get another 86% or 79% like we have the past couple of weeks. That is fantastic. I love to see it. Hopefully this week is just as good to me, or at least not bad to me. Not bad to me. But we'll see how it goes. But love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And as always, I'm Buddy Strange. This is Strange Voodoo TV. Keep it strange, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. And peace out.